So, when I was growing up, I had no sense of nutrition whatsoever, just none. And I feel like I managed to stay relatively healthy looking in high school because I was too busy to overeat. I was like doing shit all the time and after school stuff and sports. And when I finally got to college, I had time to sit around and eat a lot of crap. At one point in high school, I was even like, I should get more healthy. And so I looked on the side of one of those Triscuit boxes and saw, the food pyramid, and at the bottom was the, bread. I was like, oh, bread is healthy. So I got my mom to buy these like little individual loaves of Portuguese sweetbread. I would come home after school and eat like 3 of them and be like, I'm being so good to me. So when I got to college and I started putting on some weight, I was like, I should look into nutrition. I read some stuff. I was like, oh, okay, whole grains and real food, and okay, yada, yada, yada. That's something I can get on board with. So I decided like that would be a thing. Like I would try to eat healthy. So around the same time I made this decision, I went on spring break with some friends. We went down to North Carolina, and we're hanging out on the beach, and my friend Yvonne had brought this gigantic Sam's Club bag of dried apricots. And I was like, oh, apricots, all natural. I'm going for it. This is something I can get on board with. And so we sat there, just like reading my book or whatever, just eating handful after handful, like fistfuls of dried apricots, like they were popcorn, without once considering what the repercussions might be. And while I sat there, I swear, it was like it was my job to finish that bag myself. I must have had like 30, 40, I don't even know how many, like actual apricots myself. Before what I'm sure you all would have anticipated happened. I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. And so I looked down the beach, and that, like the bathroom on the beach and that house thing, whatever it is, was like 3/4 of a mile down the beach. I was like, okay, and I'm going now. And I got up and I announced that I was leaving. And like 2 of my friends were like, oh, so far, we'll come with you. And they're putting on their stuff. I was like, mm-mm. And I took off running. And like, running was not happening. It was more like a glide. It was like where you don't want to move anything too much. And I was just coasting down the beach, having that thought that was like, this might happen. Like, I might not make it. And my friend Ryan, who was at the time a good friend and is now a fucking great friend, must have understood what was going on and came sprinting after me, and he was like, Debbie, just go in the water. Just go in the water. It's like, this is not happening in there. So he sprinted off ahead of me so he could scope out the situation, so that when I finally got to that, and I honestly felt like eons. It was the worst. It was like the worst, 7 minutes of my life. And he scoped it out, so by the time I got there, he was like, bathrooms are this way. Bathrooms are this way. Like, turned the corner, got in there, and without going into too much detail, I'm so sorry, I'm telling a story about poop. Welcome to True Story. But I was amazed by how much came out of here. Honestly, like, I was just standing there, I was like, this is like unfathomable. How is that physically possible? It was like the laws of physics did not make any sense. So it was just like absolutely amazed. I was like, well, thank God that's over. So you can imagine my surprise when 30 minutes later we were packing up our stuff and I got round 2. How is this possible? And we'd already started making our way back to the car, but we were staying in Raleigh, which is 3 hours away from the beach. And I was like, I'm sorry, you guys, this has to happen right now. And so I went into the first shop that I saw. It was an appliance store or something. And I was like, I have to use your bathroom. And this woman gave me the oh, it's for employees only. And I'm not usually rude to people. I try really hard to be nice. I looked this woman right in the eye. I was like, I have to go to the bathroom right now, or I'm going to crap in the middle of this room. I can only imagine what I'm going to be like when I'm pregnant. I need ice cream now, or I'm going to crap in the middle of this room. It was so intense. And my friend Ryan came with me, and he was like, I've never seen you like that. So So she got really flustered and was like, it's really hard to get to. It's like around some corners, and like it would be much easier if you just went across the street. There's a bar. I was like, done. So I sprinted out across the street. This like old-timey saloon. And of course, there were no women in there, and the women's bathroom was like being renovated, God knows for how long. And there was a men's room, but it was not so much a men's room as like a linen closet with a toilet in it. And the door was like, it had those slats on it. Like, I feel like that is not like sanitary. But it had slats on it, and it didn't even go all the way down to the floor, and there was no lock on the door. So my good and now great friend Ryan stood outside this like paper-thin door with slats in it while I used the restroom. And I feel like I learned a lot from this experience about friendship and portion control. And I have since like still been trying to eat, you know, well and naturally and all that stuff. And I recommend it to everybody. Just, you know, check the fiber content of your food before you overindulge. Thank you so much.